Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all doing well out there. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about my practice, and most importantly, I wanted to talk about some of the myths that there are about Ayurvedic medicine that I come across in my practice. One of the myths is that it's herbal medicine. So I get phone calls with, clients asking me if they can pick up a certain herb or if there's a particular herb for a particular ailment. And yes, in my practice, I do prescribe Ayurvedic herbs and Ayurvedic formulas, but that's a very small part of the practice. That's like maybe 10% of the practice. And the reason being because herbs are not necessary if we are our lifestyle, our diet to create a balance and create health in the body. Herbs are there to support the work that you are already doing and to create in an environment where there is more health, there's better health, and support the body for greater health, for longevity, and preventing future illness. And so it's not like having somebody calling me and saying, I have this condition. I got a phone call saying, I have intestinal inflammation. Is there an herb for that? And I said, well, I'm sure that there is. So can I pick it up? No, you cannot pick it up. Just like you cannot call the doctor and say, I need this medication unless you have seen the doctor first. So, the herbs are prescribed based on what's going on with the client. For example, if someone comes with, say, intestinal inflammation, how each person gets there and what's happening around and what other factors are going on, I will not prescribe the same thing for the same condition. And because herbs are just a small part, what good is prescribing a herb if the things that caused the problem in the first place, if we continue to do that? So you're creating a conflict between the herb, what the herb is trying to do, but you continue to undo with your lifestyle and eating habits. So herbs are in conjunct with deeper understanding and making lifestyle and dietary changes so the herbs can be very supportive. And no one size fits all approach does not work. It's specific, just like medicine. Herbs have side effects. There's a dosing thing that we have to consider, and there's an interaction if somebody's already on certain medications. So you don't want, it's not a non-drug drug that we can just take it and then we don't have the side effects, and then we don't have to worry about it. So that's a myth. Yes, herbs are part of the practice, a very small part. And the second thing I get is that it's just all about nutrition, that, there's eating specific foods for your specific body type. And what if I cannot, do this protocol? What if I cannot follow? So, we are accustomed to thinking in a very boxed format. We have put ourselves in a box saying that if I eat according to my blood type or my body type, and if I continue to do that, I should be okay. Well, the point of Ayurveda is to give you a deeper and expanded understanding so you get out of the box, because it requires that you are aware on a daily basis as to what your body needs, what the season is, what your imbalances may be, and what if there's a certain condition, medical condition that you're dealing with, so the diet becomes specific. So it's something that we continuously adjust because our body continuously changes and the needs of our body change. Okay. So, and one of the clients told me, he goes, there's a lot more to you than fruits and vegetables. That was a compliment. And Above and beyond that, I think that we can Google, what type of foods, Ayurvedic diet. There's so much information out there. So if only it was the information that we needed to get to our, better health, to prevent disease, it isn't, because there's a gap between the information and between the person doing it. So the conversation is, why are we continuously doing things that are leading us to make bad dietary or lifestyle habits, lifestyle choices, and continue to create disease instead of creating health? So yes, I work with people. I do nutritional counseling. I work with, their imbalances to get their body to balance. And I also work with people who are trying to get off of a medication and they just want holistic means. So diet is very important, but here is the glitch. Most of the clients, even when the dietary information, I can create a perfect menu for somebody. Well, guess what happens? They don't follow it. That's where the challenge is. That's where I do the work. They don't follow it because they have a subconscious, they have certain beliefs about themselves, about life, about food, and they continuously come in the way and keep them stuck in the old conditioning, old way of thinking about themselves, thinking about their health, thinking about the diet. So, and at the end of the day, it really is not about, now I put myself in this box of Ayurveda. Get out of the box. It's having a deeper understanding about the needs of our body, how to incorporate different tastes, what different tastes mean, and what does what about cooking and taking the time to eat, and there's all of these guidelines in the middle. But unless our mindset shifts, all the good information, the perfect menu, is going to go out the window, because our mindset is still operating on the old conditioning that there's a lot of focus on food. There's a lot of emotional eating. There's food addictions. There's trying to navigate between what we want to do and what the supermarkets continue to provide for us. So that's a separate conversation. But yes, I do nutritional coaching. Nutrition is a big part of it. But the biggest part is counseling or spiritual healing, which happens at the subconscious level. So now the third, clarification, or, expanding the understanding of Ayurveda. Ayurveda really is a study and it's a science of consciousness. What the heck is consciousness? It's consciousness that holds this planet. Consciousness is that quantum field of all possibilities. It's the absolute. It's the creator, the source, the universe, whatever you want to call it. And that consciousness, the point is to infuse consciousness into how we live, what we eat, how we operate in the world, and what are we here to do. So it's about consciousness. So now, how do we get to the consciousness when we are stuck in the physical body? So the holistic approach is to, yes, the physical body will show up all the symptoms and all the, diseases, all the imbalances that are going on. The physical body will show that. So using the physical body to get a deeper understanding of what's happening at the energetic, at the subconscious levels. Okay, so we go through the physical. Again, the mental and emotional health is a big deal because most of it is in the subconscious. There's subconscious patterns. So 90% of my work, I end up doing a lot of counseling. Yes, at the same time, I work on parallel on the nitty-gritty details that you need for your daily life. A client came in, she She journalized every bit of morsel that she had put into her mouth. And she said, would you like to look at the journal? I go, no, because she was so stressed out about it. So there's that fixation that now I'm going to perfect my diet. So what happens? The mind is in so much stress. She's not at so much ease. That's how she was doing every aspect of her life. So if you ask her, are you happy? Are you at ease? No, you could tell she's not happy. So it's really connecting the dots and understanding that we are here to thrive. We are here to live well. We're here to learn and grow, but not to put ourselves in a box. So going through the physical, the mental, emotional, spiritual, and the unity and making that journey to pure consciousness. So that's all of it. Because Ayurveda's forte is to dig deeper at the root causes, the root cause of all disease is disconnection from the source, disconnection from ourselves. So without doing that deeper work, this no longer is then a holistic approach. This then becomes a fragmented approach. If I just were to do nutrition, I don't do that type of work. I'm not going to look at your imbalances. Yes, I will give you nutrition. And 3 weeks later, you're going to come to me and say, well, whatever you told me to do, I just couldn't do it. I don't know. I have a hard time making this change. I ended up overeating, or I ended up doing the same old. I don't know if this is worth it. I don't know if I can do something like this. Maybe it's just not me. Whatever I'm doing is good enough. I'll just take a pill. So you see, that's where the problem is. That's where the work needs to be done. So, and why Ayurveda is the call of these times. And look at what's happening in the world. Okay, not just physical level. I mean, the only way for us to protect ourselves from COVID is to build immunity. So what is immunity? Immunity is that which prevents disease. Immunity is going deeper into the body. We cannot take a pill to not get this virus. There's no such thing. So our only defense is to build immunity. So that's how this is where Ayurveda is coming, is being realized by so many people that this is where I need to be. So how do we build immunity? We build immunity not just by diet, or not by just taking now supplements or herbs, but we build immunity by creating a mental shift. We build immunity by getting rid of those subconscious patterns, old programs that we are running. If we are living our life from fear-based patterns, then we're going to attract not just virus, but all kinds of other illnesses. It's really a journey. The Ayurveda is really a journey to the self. It's a journey of love. It's a journey of healing. That's what Ayurveda is. So that's why it's such a holistic and a big approach. So who are my clients? My clients come to me, I get hypertension. I don't want to be on this medication. It's making me feel X, Y, and Z. I think that I'm overprescribed, which in many cases, which it is the case in many clients. And then there is, people who are overweight. They want to lose weight. And women are going through menopause. And many people are just coming, they're just ordinary difficulties with the relationships, with the life, with making decisions. They don't know how to navigate those challenges and come out on the other end in one piece. So, and so that's where the work is. So, even to treat somebody, say somebody has skin rash, there's a lot of impurities in the body, and the impurities are not just in the blood, there's impurities in the mind. The anger, the feelings, how they have been, and then we get into the past, and then we work on that, and in parallel we make changes on the physical plane. I get women and men who are been traumatized in their life, and they had no idea what that trauma was dictating how they were being in the life. They never connected the dots. They were carrying that trauma for the last 60 years. So it's because if we, healing can happen actually rather quickly. We can create, disease, illness for 60 some years in, on the mental, physical plane. But healing doesn't have to, it doesn't have to take that long. It's a shift that happens, and it's a connection. When we begin to connect the dots, when we begin to connect with a deeper source, it's about remembrance, who we are, what am I doing here, and how is it that this is what's showing up in my physical life. So this is much deeper work. So my clients are anybody who's wanting to reduce medication or doesn't want to be on medication. I don't guarantee that, because it depends on, I don't know what medications you are on. And sometimes when the situation is chronic, then you may have to be on certain medication, but it's not about that. It's how we take the medication. If we think, oh my God, I'm just going to be sick, I'm just subjected to this medication, then that's the experience we're going to get. Or we can take it saying, I'm a whole healthy being, this is what has happened, so I have to take this little medication. But at the same time, I can do so many other things. I can heal on so many other levels and live a very well, healthy, and balanced and joyous life. And if you don't want to go to the medical route and you have, a lot of symptoms, a lot of things that are showing up, and I would recommend that you don't ignore, that you do seek holistic health, because longer we ignore it, longer the imbalances stay in the body, conditions become chronic, and then it becomes a little bit more challenging to get rid of that. And those who really want to be aligned with their spiritual purpose here really are seeking answers. Many times there's nothing wrong. They're not diagnosable symptoms, but everything is wrong. Life just doesn't make any sense. They are, kind of confused. There's a low-grade anxiety or depression or lack of motivation, lack of inspiration. The relationships are going bad. They don't know how to be in the world. They're lost. So those are my clients, to help people find their purpose, to help them align. And obviously in that, there's a lot of healing work, because that's one of the reasons why people are feeling the way they're feeling. There's all this subconscious baggage that they're carrying with them no matter where they go. So, that's the type of work that I do. So if you're struggling with physical health, if you simply want to prevent future illness, and you can start now with the dietary and lifestyle changes. And if you want to look at the bigger picture, and especially nowadays, if you want to shift, if you, be awake and want to shift and want to become more of who you are, then I encourage you to contact me. So what I have also posted above the video is a link to get a free consultation with me. Fill it out. It's just 10 questions. Once you fill it out, you email it to me, and I can schedule your free consultation, and then we can talk and we can see what's going on. It's amazing when everybody thinks, oh, really, I'm okay. I really am okay. And when they start to fill out the questionnaire, all of a sudden, all of these illnesses and issues, they just come up. So it helps you to see the state of your health in a really objective way. And we can have a conversation and see if this work is for you. So I encourage you to do that. I think now is the time where there's a merging of the holistic health with the Western health. Western health is just no longer enough. And the whole holistic way of looking, I kind of feel a little sarcasm when I even talk about that, as if there is any other way. What do you mean by holistic health? Like, is there any other way? How can you not look at the person as a whole? How can you just look at a symptom and say, here's a pill? How does that even work? How can it even work? We are not pieces of machinery separated that we just, fix the engine here and fix the tires here. It's a whole picture. So physical body is just a mirror of what's happening on the inside. And we got to go deeper. We are spiritual beings. Our disconnection from that is what leads to us getting sick. Connection with that is what brings harmony and alignment in our life, the greater purpose and greater presence. So if you are interested, if you're intrigued, go ahead and fill out the questionnaire. And once I get it, I'll be happy to schedule a free consultation for you. If you have any questions, write your question in the comment. And thank you for watching. I'm Meena Puri from Ayurveda Healing Center. This is the work I do. I'm trying to come on live and just educate on various issues. There's a lot of videos on my Facebook page. Watch them if this calls out to you, and have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you again at the next video.